What's up? It is Way Up with Angela Yee. This is exciting for me because my girl Naturi is here with me.
Hey.
Naturi Naughton Lewis.
Yes,
Period.
yes.
Don't forget the hyphenated.
I know that's right.
All right. And Jay Ellis is here.
What's good?
Man, first of all, I just want to start this off by saying, because people are like, oh, they're here together. What's this about? But you're producing a play, Duke and Roya. And Jay Ellis, you are starring in your first ever Broadway play.
Off-Broadway.
Well, off-Broadway.
Yeah.
I call it Broadway, whatever. But
She's like, whatever. You on stage.
you on that stage, and you are the star of this production. You're Duke, and then Roya, who does an amazing job too. But I just want to give you your kudos. I went to the opening night, and I know that acting on stage is so different than being in a movie, being in a TV series. It is no second chance while you're up there.
Nah, it's amazing. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I was terrified to do it. And going into it, so many friends of mine who have been on stage before were like, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Like, once you get in it, like, there's moments where you're afraid and you realize, like, hey, nobody's going to call cut. You just got to keep pushing. Somebody going to cough. Somebody phone go off. Somebody going to, yell in the middle of the scene, "I'll marry you, Jay." Like, whatever it may be.
Did somebody actually do that? "I'll marry you, Jay." I could see that. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that story.
It was our last preview before opening, and it's the scene where Roya kind of rejects Duke's offer.
Should you have said that?
I get probably
if
not.
You didn't see
now,
the,
I just realized that I just gave that away. So whatever. There's a marriage proposal that goes awry. Let's just say that. And a woman yelled out, "I'll marry you, Jay," not Duke.
Jay. In real life. This is not the character.
I love that.
Listen, you're used to marriage proposals going awry. So.
I mean, crazy. But no, he kills it. And for me, like you said, I'm a co-producer. I was just excited to see people that I know, love, and respect. Like, I've always loved Jay's work. And so the opportunity to come in as a co-producer and not be in it was a little nerve-wracking for me because I've never done anything on this side, on the Broadway, off-Broadway side. So I was like, how does this even work? But me and my husband and our company, Take Two Entertainment, we're spreading our wings and learning how to get into different mediums. And Jay and Stephanie and Noma and Dariush, they all are fantastic. Duke and Roya is like epic.
And there's only 4 characters in this play, and it does not feel like it.
Oh,
like it feels
what do you mean?
Like it just feels like a whole cast. I don't know what it is, but you know how you go see it and you think
feels
about
full.
it. Yeah, it's very full. Like the storyline is full,
That's good.
and there's so much that happens that it makes you feel like there's other people present. Like when you see what's going on. But the storyline of Duke and Roya, it's a love story.
Yes,
Tell
him.
Yes, tell us.
Yeah, I always say it feels to me like it's 2 people who they ultimately find themselves in each other, right? It's I play this rapper who goes on a USO tour to Afghanistan in like 2016, 2017.
Also a player. You were a player.
Yeah, he's a playboy.
Yeah,
he's a
he's
playboy.
out in them streets.
He's a playboy. He's definitely outside. But he gets there and he meets Roya. And he meets this woman who's his interpreter. And at that time in that country, women, and still today actually, women are not allowed to work. Women are not allowed to have jobs. Crazy. They're not allowed to have independence. And so she actually sneaks on and off the base dressed as a man every single day because that's just part of culturally.
To get her education.
To be able to get her education, to be able to do all these things. And anyway, they start talking and he starts to realize, and she presents as a woman on the base, like once she's there, right? But they start talking, and as she's asking questions about where he's from and he's asking questions about where she's from, they start to realize that, like, there's a humanity, like that there's a shared humanity, but really they start to find themselves and their own identity through this kind of journey and this kind of traumatic incident that happens, and in that they're bonded in a way that, I think you root for it to be bonded forever, but you gotta,
you want that love story.
Yeah,
but
you want
that
the
love story. It's
you know?
kind of like even in Love Jones, they go through ups and downs, and there may be some years in between where So I love the Duke and Roya love story because it's not like perfectly wrapped up in a bow. And even the cultural differences, the space, the challenges of being in love in the middle of war-torn Kabul and having an Afghan, like all of that is so, I think, well written by Charles Randolph Wright.
The writing was phenomenal. The
characters, shout out to our writer.
When
I
tell you just everything that you guys like were saying to each other, it was so clever. and so well delivered.
And funny, too.
And funny.
Charles Randolph Ray killed this
Imagine
script.
having some funny moments in war-torn Afghanistan.
I know. How do they do that so well, actually?
And did you learn a lot, both of you, about Afghanistan and the culture? Because I learned a lot from watching that, which I appreciated. You're being entertained, but you're also learning.
I did. I know I did. As a woman, I knew some of these, restrictions, obviously, just from, watching the news and hearing about what's happened in Afghanistan. But I didn't know what Basha Posh was, and just learning that women almost have to, sometimes dress up as boys or as men to get an education, to even go outside, to be able to speak or publicly just peruse the town. I was like, wait, what? Like, that was something I didn't know.
And by the way, just real quick, that is what's so interesting, and again, where you find like a shared humanity is like Basha Posh and having to do that, women having to do that in that country is a version of is a version of like passing, is a version of code switching. It's a version of like,
which we can
we can all find a way. We can all find our way into having to be away in a space because we feel like, or we've been told that's the only way we'll be taken seriously, or we can get an opportunity, or we can get ahead or whatever. And in this case, in Roya's case, it's obviously a bit of a more extreme. But like the undercurrent of it is something that we all face in humanity at different times in our life.
And that's what makes the story so universal, because even if it's not Basha Posh for you, it could be passing, it could be being mixed, it could be being, different backgrounds, like the character, Noma's character, she's Ghanaian, British, Black, all these things, but feeling torn. So I just love that it's such a universal story. So.
Man, Noma had a moment, I won't give it away here, that I was shocked.
Yes.
Okay, there's some plot twists.
I said, come on, for the grown folks.
When I tell you,
that always gets every audience.
I walk off stage before that scene happens.
Oh, wow.
And that is the biggest laugh in that entire show.
Yeah,
and it pisses me off.
Really?
Because I want it.
You're like,
I'm
funny.
I want it.
You get lots of laughs, Jay.
I want that one because that's a big laugh.
It's
behind
because
the
it's
scenes.
a shock.
Jay, how did this even happen for you, where you decided this was something that you wanted to do, and this script in particular?
Yeah, I was here last year doing an event for my book. I had a book that came out last year, and I was here doing an event, and my theater agent was like, hey, I want you to, she was at the event, and she had brought this director, and she's like, I want you to meet somebody, and it was Warren Adams, who is our director on this play. And Warren and I, we break off for a second and we start talking, and, towards the end of the night, he comes back and he's like, hey, do you have time to chat while you're in town? I was like, man, I'm actually working all day tomorrow, and then I leave straight back to LA, but I could do coffee or breakfast in the morning. We meet up that morning. He asked me would I ever do a play, and I was like, yeah, I just haven't read anything that's that's moved me or made me feel like I need to get up and, say no to a bunch of other work, you know what I'm saying? And carve that time out. And he asked if he could send me this play. And I read it that night on the flight back to LA. I called him the next morning. I'm like, bro, I'm in.
Wow.
I'm in. And for me, again, there's so many things. Like, getting to play a rapper was like a dream.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you enjoyed that.
Yeah. He became a whole hip-hop.
By the way, because the parts where you are a rapper, it is like a concert. Yeah. Like, you're performing and we're in the audience, like, we're throwing our hands up.
Show.
Yeah, it's a full show. And for me, it was like...
I met the writer, too. He was like, yeah, I wrote the rap. Just to be clear.
Yeah. Ron Bay, who wrote the raps.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
He did a phenomenal job. And, it was this thing of, like, I got so many homeboys who are artists. You know what I mean? And like just being in a room with them sometime, I'm like, man, that's crazy. That's how you move? Okay, that's interesting. And so like getting to then bring that to Duke, you know what I mean, has been a lot of fun. And then getting to figure out what his sound was going to be like was a lot of fun. That was a really dope thing with Ranve, is like the words were there because he obviously wrote so many of the lyrics, but then we would go back and look over stuff and I'd be like, but what about this or what about that? And finding Duke's, he is having this moment where he is a little bit of a poppy bubblegum kind of a rapper in the beginning.
He's a different version.
Yeah, he's a different version. But then, what you see in this play is you see the growth. By the time you get to that last performance of his, hopefully you've seen a growth and you've seen him become a completely different artist and understand the power of his words and the power of the star, the magnitude of the star that he's been given.
Because the truth is, in the beginning, and Naturi, I know you can attest to this.
Yeah.
He goes out to Afghanistan because it's like a press thing.
Oh yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah.
He ain't really going because he cares. It's because this is great press.
Yeah. And it's gonna sell albums. I mean, I've been an artist before, and For those of you who remember, like 20 years back,
She like, it won't leave me alone.
Oh my gosh, people still to this day be coming to me like, no more, baby, I'm a do-rag. I'm like, really?
Oh, you still got it, girl.
Okay. Oh, you know, I could sing a little tune now. No, but we've done karaoke at your house.
That's what I was just thinking about.
Literally, Angela Yee's karaoke is lit. Let me tell you, it's my game night and her karaoke because everybody goes crazy. I wound up doing a Lil' Kim verse and that went crazy.
Listen, we recorded an album that night.
We really did. Yeah. That was just a random thing. But anyway,
fun.
But no, the part that I think is interesting is he's going over there without the intention of finding love or even having a identity moment. You know, all that happens to him is really unexpected, and we all, you know, go through the motions sometimes as artists or as, you know, creatives, and you're just like, all right, I got to show up to this thing, get some fans, do what I got to do, maybe sell some records or sell a book or sell whatever it is, or get people to come see my movie. And then this moment with Roya happens, which I love how like playful they are, like that first scene and the whole which language you'll see when you see it, but it's just so simple and the purity of that. And I was like, see, that's how love hits you. It bites you in the ears because you don't know it's gonna happen. You could just be at an event and then this amazing unpredictable thing happens.
Hey,
and
too.
That's what, I know. I was like, that's what happened to me at the studio. And then I was like, wait a minute. And now I got a ring on my finger. So it just goes to show you stay open to love for all those out there. Duke and Roy will inspires your love. You know?
Also, maybe if she would have been with it right away, he wouldn't have been interested.
He wouldn't have chased.
Because
but there's an
chases,
intellectual thing that happens, and I think that's the thing that really, you know, when you talk about a guy who has it all and who has access to it all, and in most rooms people are trying to get at him, right, and get to him and be near him, and this is, you know, maybe not the first time, but it's definitely the first time where like it punches him in the face and he's like, oh, okay, so that doesn't work for you, then what does?
Right.
And then all of a sudden you see this intellectual side because he is much smarter than the mask that he wears, right? Which I find to be the case with a lot of us.
A lot of us.
Like,
and especially, I think when it comes to people feel like they have to dumb things down in order for it to be palatable to people.
Exactly.
And he's much smarter than the mask he wears, and she that's who she's interested in. And that interests him when he starts talking to her about poetry and they start talking about, you know, different books or different authors or art. Like that is the stuff that makes him go like, oh, you're different. Right. And that's a really fun thing to explore. I think there's always physical attraction, obviously, but like to intellect, to be able to like sit down and talk with somebody for life. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really think about 30, 40 years, 80, 70 years, whatever, however long a relationship could happen, like you want there to be some intellect there. You want to be able to know that you can have a conversation.
Yeah, that's longevity.
How long did it take for you to get it? Like for you to feel comfortable enough to be like, I'm ready for opening night?
Hopefully next week.
He's like, I'm still getting there. How are you feeling now?
Yeah,
like,
because it is your first play, and I know that's exciting.
Yeah.
And it felt great when I watched it, but I don't. How are you feeling?
I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like there's days where I'm like, man, I'm tired. There's days where I'm like, you know, especially like we don't have shows on Sundays. So on Monday, I'm like, man, I'm going to forget one of these songs. Like I'm going to go out there and fully forget. Yesterday, I had this whole moment where we were talking about a little timing thing in the play and talking about speeding it up. And I was like, oh, well, if y'all speed that up, I'm off stage changing in that moment.
Oh.
And if you speed it up too much, and if I mess up, if I forget something, if I take my pants off, if I kick off my shoe and like whatever, like I might miss the moment that I'm supposed to run back on stage.
Don't run out there without your pants on.
Man, do you know I got
then
back?
Somebody really gonna be trying to propose.
And I got
Jay,
back.
will you marry me?
And I got back there last night and pulled my pants off. Literally, I unbuckled my pants and like pulled my pants down. I was like, "What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?"
Oh my gosh! Are you serious?
No joke. Literally,
Jay Ellis pulling his pants down. That's gonna be the headline, y'all. On stage, come see Duke and Roya for a little show, a peep show. You know the people will run to the tickets.
Is this giving you the bug to maybe want to be?
Back on stage?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I'm still obviously an actor, performer.
You can sing. You can I
I
feel
want
like
to
it's
do
a
a musical. I would love to do a musical. I love theater. I've always, from my Hairspray days, it's been like 15 years since I was on Broadway, and this experience, it reignited that spirit, like watching Jay and Stephanie Noor like do their thing, and I'm like, ooh, like this, the process of even rehearsals, like watching rehearsals, because I would come to their rehearsals, and you know, even the notes that I would be able to give, and Warren Adams, you know, our director, he took the notes, and Charles Randolph Wright, they actually heard me. It makes me realize, like, this is what theater is about. It's really a ever evolving process. So for me as an actor, I'm like, that's the stuff I want to do. Like, that's why I did my short film that I directed. I want to be in the process of making something great. It doesn't have to start out being great. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's about the process and the journey. So as an actor, I was like, ooh, all right, y'all, come on, Jay, what we doing next? You know, call me, because I would love to get back on stage.
Because I feel like you're such a natural entertainer.
Thank you.
You know, it just feels like.
Is it from your karaoke nights?
I think so.
That you saw me. But no, outside of that, thank you.
But just in general, just everything that I feel like that you've done. You know, you've
She got a body of work.
Yeah, and it's been consistent for so long. Yeah. That's why people are still flashing back.
No, people are still. Well, first off, people are now just catching up to Power season like 1 and 2. People of all nationalities. I used to think, you know, maybe I was only limited by like being a black actress. Maybe my show is only reaching black people, but which it's definitely been a cultural thing. But it's been people of all, like, I went to Africa, I've been to Europe, and they're like, Tasha, Power, Mrs. Ghost. And I'm like, oh. So it's amazing.
Mrs. Ghost.
No, literally, they call me that everywhere I went in South Africa.
It's so funny.
Mrs. Ghost. And I was like, okay, I guess this is me. Sorry, I don't know why the accent. But as a performer, thank you for saying that, because I think every artist just wants good material. And sometimes people will be like, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you, you know, you may not see me in everything, but when you do see me in something, it's going to be good.
Right.
Because we want to be selective. Like your choice in playing Duke was very selective. I'm sure you have lots of things you could have done.
Tom Cruise is ready to shoot another movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, part 3.
But you gotta feed the soul though.
Yeah.
But you gotta feed the soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think,
see, that's great.
You gotta pour back into yourself.
And I also think it's, you know, it's challenging yourself, because I think in doing that, then you go back to the other thing and you've learned something about yourself and your craft that you can bring into the next film.
Even in TV and film, like theater to me makes you a better actor.
Yeah.
I did 3 years in Hairspray before I booked Notorious. Before any film, I realized like if I didn't do theater, I wouldn't be as, I think, quick on my feet.
Right.
The things that used to happen, you know, like even TV shows, they change a script or the set or things happen and you have to roll with it. If you don't know how to bounce back, you'll be stuck. So many actors, and you know, it's just unfortunate because acting, it's not the same like it used to be. I think people took it, like Denzel said, it's a stage is an actor's medium. We have to remember, like, that's where you become great. And I think that you just have to keep exercising those muscles, because even, I'm sure, even in radio, if you don't exercise the muscle, you could get lax and you can forget those core fundamentals that you learned when you first started.
Yeah, I just got back from a week off. I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
She's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't even know. Y'all are my guinea pigs. So try out on us.
You know, the other thing too is I think like I think of it as like what stand-up is for comedians and what touring is for music artists.
Yes.
It's you can come find us in one place.
Right.
And we're going to be here for 11, 13, 16, 20, however long, whatever the run is, we're going to be here. And we get to share time and space with you every single night. Yeah. And we get to entertain you every single night. And that's hopefully the world outside disappears for those 2 hours while you're in the theater and you laugh with us and you mad at us and you screaming at us and you cry with us and you go through all the emotions with us.
Yeah.
And if we do our job well, you've been entertained and you've learned something and you didn't even realize it.
And
or you found empathy
and the importance of seeing people who look like us on the stage. I think there's nothing more powerful than that.
Could you imagine this play is a Black American male, a South African woman who had to leave because of apartheid to the UK, a Syrian woman, and an Iranian man. That's this play.
Wow.
Like that's not normal.
Those are all
That's
the
not-
characters.
That's
No,
not
that's
normal,
amazing.
right?
And
then
created,
creatively,
written by.
we were
Yes.
written by a black man, directed by a black South African man. Our lighting designer is a black woman.
Oh,
Our
she's
sound
incredible.
designer is a black man. Our
And they're young
our
people,
custom
too.
designer is Afghani who had to leave
Oh, she's
Afghanistan.
the costumes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
I want
like,
some of the clothes.
It's really dope to be able to do something like
And the
this.
production team.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
and a co-producer that's a
And,
black
yeah.
woman.
And we got-
Shout
and
out
our
to from Jersey.
Our producers are our co-producers are amazing. Like
Yeah,
like Naturi gave us all her energy, and then we also got John Legend in, and we got Kerry
Yeah,
Washington
Kerry
in, and like the
Washington.
three of them as co-producers have meant the world to this show.
Do you feel like it's been getting the attention that it deserves to get? Because I know sometimes it's hard to break through in this particular space
Especially in
because
summer.
I don't feel like a lot of us are going to the theaters like we need to be. And so what's been the challenges there and like what can we do?
Oh my gosh.
Because I love solutions, like
Oh,
things that you
yeah.
see that works.
Thank you, Angela. This is why. See, this is why I love her. No, it's true. It's hard to get people out to the theater, especially in the summer, like Jay said, because it's just an off season for the theater world, particularly off Broadway. So if you're not a musical, it can be challenging. If you don't have like, I don't know, it's
Big
not
spectacle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not doing, anyway. But the point is, it's hard, but I do feel like we're breaking through.
Yeah.
And I think that we're getting, reviews, coverage. And some people, whether the reviews are good or bad, if you don't like it, if you thought we should focus more on the war, then you didn't get the point of the play. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But I think that we are piercing through, and it's the audiences that are, it's the people who go on social media and post like, oh my gosh, it's changed my life. Or people who are telling their families to come. They're coming in groups. But what you can do, I think, that and that's why we have a discount code, because we know people are on budgets. Please go to lortel.org and purchase tickets with our discount code, which is radio 79, which is especially for this audience. We want to get people out to the theater. We need your support. We need people to talk about it. Tag at Duke and Roya on social media, because you never know. Somebody might see that tag and be like, oh, I'll go see a play or a date night with you.
It's a great date night.
It's a good date night.
You
I was
know
going to
what?
say
It's a
that's what we should. We
great
should do
date
like a
night.
theater
I think a
date
date night would
night.
be
Date night.
amazing.
Yes.
I remember being like a lot younger, like 20 years old, and this guy took me to go see a play.
Oh,
And I was
were
like,
you-
that's really dope. He took me to a play.
I was going to say,
like,
how'd you feel about it? Were
I
you
thought
like,
it was nice.
Oh, good.
I forget the play wasn't that great, but
Okay.
I thought that
But
the
it was a
idea-
nice-
it was a nice outing, like to be able to,
and it's not just like, oh, we went to the
It's
movies.
thoughtful.
It's very thoughtful.
Because you will be influenced by seeing a play.
Yeah, I think I think awareness is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Right. I think to Naturi's point, it's summer. We just had July 4th. Like people are out of town, people are traveling. And I think awareness is the biggest thing. I think it's how do you make sure that
People know we're
Yeah.
here.
people know we're here, but also like that our audience knows that we're here, and that this play and this space is for them. Right.
Amen.
This is not. We're not asking them to come to something where they're not going to see themselves. Like this is specifically for
So
you,
good.
and we want you here, and we want to experience this with you. And so I think that it's really about we've had really amazing. There's nothing like standing on stage and having all 300 people in that theater standing on their feet,
Yeah.
clapping
Yeah.
and crying and screaming back at you. And what Naturi said is like very true. Like we constantly I'm tagged like so much every single night with people who
It's
are
the
sharing
people.
it with their friends, and you realize that like, oh, even if we didn't have all the marketing in the world, the fact that like the word of mouth, which is what our community ultimately is and has always been, like the word of mouth is what has made this show and what will keep this show going.
Yeah.
So
And we're there at the Seale Hotel. We opened, was it June 24th?
2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks, and we'll be there till August 23rd. But we do need people in the seats to keep
Yeah.
the show going. So definitely go to Duke and Roya, hashtag, shout us out, get your friends. It
I
could
will
be a
sponsor a
girls'
date
trip.
night for somebody who's listening to this right now.
Hey.
Okay.
I will, if you
Y'all
hit me
co-
up in my DM, and I'll get
Get a
y'all
date
2
night.
tickets to go. I ain't gonna buy the
Thank
popcorn
you.
or nothing, but I will do that. All right, I have no
Yeah,
problem
get
because you will
yourselves,
love it.
eat before and after. Get your drinks.
Jay,
and
I need a
then-
moment of honesty from you.
yeah.
Did you think about doing a rap album after this?
4 times. I'm still thinking about
Oh.
it every single day.
Wait, really?
I will say, yeah.
That's so
I
funny.
knew
That's
it.
such a
Yeah.
good
I
question.
could tell
That happened to me.
I could tell. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. I seen you up there,
yeah.
and I was like, he really think he a rapper.
Oh, did you see the
yeah.
swag though? You saw him like.
You should have seen me in the studio. So we actually pre-recorded all the songs, and I do them live now.
Of
But
course.
originally we pre-recorded them because we were like, oh, if my mic were to ever go out, or for any reason, if something would happen, we would always at least have a track going under it. And we realized that in the rehearsal process, we realized that didn't work. So I do them all live now. And in the studio, though, I was like, I could do this. Like,
I knew it.
Yeah,
I could
and then
go
you start
back.
hearing yourself like, dang, that sounds good.
I could go back. I could go back and do that. Like, yeah. And it was dope. It was really, really fun. I think I've always dreamed to have music involved in my life and in my career. In my career, for sure.
Yeah.
And I've never done that professionally before. And so I think for me, this was, again, it was a huge reason why I was attracted to this role, because I was like, oh, I'm about to go up there and show people I could do. Nobody in there
dropping bars.
Everybody who walks in there is like, wait, he's doing that? That's crazy. Like, nobody expects it.
Well,
You
they
know what I
don't
mean?
expect that.
Yeah.
And this is, again, the actor choosing things that are unexpected and unique. Every role that you've played, I mean, you're charming, you're all that, and you are that in Duke, but you also have this edginess, but suave. Like, when I first saw him like rhyme, I came up to him in rehearsal. I was like, okay. I said, much respect. I dapped him up because it's not easy. The breath control, the ability. Like, I know. I was like playing a rapper. I thought I was going to put out a whole.
You did.
After Lil Kim, I swore in my heart, I was like, I'm going to just switch it up and show him what I could do. And then I was like, oh, yeah, no. I'm a
Say that
singer.
for karaoke.
I'm going to just lay back. But it is nice to see you step into the musicality of you.
Thank you.
And it's nice because I didn't know Jay plays piano. I didn't know that he had any musical. So I think it's refreshing as actors, even amongst our peers, to be like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Surprise them motherfuckers.
Maybe you guys with John Legend would like do something,
I know. Come on, John. Write us a song.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be incredible.
You could do the hook.
Yes, I could sing the hook. He'll play the piano. You come in with a verse.
Just a quick verse.
Hit him with a little Kendrick Lamar vibe.
You know what I'm saying? And then we just rerun it. We got the summer song.
Exactly.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Okay. And so now listen. Now, of course, we saw the Bali Belly story that you had. Does that make you think about what you eat before you get on stage? Now,
I don't eat. Oh,
Lord.
I don't eat. I can't eat. My last meal. Yeah. I need to get out of here actually, because my last meal is at like.
He's like, I'm starving.
My last meal is at like 3:30.
Oh, because you
I-
don't want to.
What?
Yeah. I don't, and then I won't eat until the next morning, because what I've realized is I just, it could go left. You know what I'm saying? I
After
don't.
that traumatizing experience.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
you-
just don't want to. I don't want to end up in that situation at work.
Tell
Because I
me.
can't run off
Oh,
stage.
Oh, you know this about. Tell her the Bali Belly
Okay,
story.
because I'm out the loop.
I went to Bali a few years back.
Okay.
And
I was gonna go to Bali.
it's New Year's. It's amazing.
It looks
It's
beautiful.
even, Yvonne Orji just spent a month there.
Oh, she did. I just saw.
It's amazing. It's
oh
an
my
absolutely
gosh.
amazing
Hey,
place to
Yvonne.
go. Bounce around.
Oh, I gotta go to
very,
Bali.
very affordable. Getting there is
Let's go.
expensive.
Yeah, we
Getting there is expensive. Once you're there,
It's
crazy affordable.
I heard. Okay,
crazy,
cool.
crazy affordable. But it was my idea to propose on New Year's.
Oh.
But we were in a house with a bunch of friends, and everybody got sick. We all got Bali belly on. Basically,
Why you
whatever
over
we
your
ate,
stomach?
I know.
whatever
I'm
we
such
ate,
an
Actress, I love it.
whatever we ate.
Because I feel your pain.
Whatever we ate on the 30th had all of us sick on the 31st. So the entire house was basically
Running up the toilet.
this is
in and out the bathroom.
In Bali too, I want to
It's
know
humid.
what the toilet paper
It's
is
hot.
like.
It's hot. It's
It's
humid.
hot.
You sticky. It wasn't a good situation.
I got it.
So what I've realized is, in doing this, from a lightness standpoint too, just because like when I do get into those performances, like I had a burger at this spot around the corner that was like on a focaccia. Shout out to Bouvet, but it was like a focaccia bun and a blue cheeseburger, and it was absolutely amazing. But it was so heavy
Yeah, you can't.
that
do
when I went into the show that night, I felt super sluggish, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
can't make this mistake
That's
again.
interesting.
So I just
Yeah.
realized that like, I have to be very vigilant about what I eat and when
Yeah.
I eat, But I also had a cookie for breakfast every day last week.
Oh,
okay. Well, that's breakfast.
Well,
that's
so,
fine.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get. Well, I don't want Bali badly when I go, but I get it. You do have to be conscious of those things. I'm working.
A lot of liquids. I drink a lot of liquids, a lot of tea, a lot of water.
Love tea.
You got to keep your voice.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
That's
a
big
lot
one.
on your voice every single day.
It is.
You know. Well, listen, I don't want to stop you from going to eat, but I did want to make sure you guys had a chance to come in.
No,
There's so
thank
many
you.
more
Thank
things
you.
that I would love to talk to both of you about. So hopefully you guys come back as individuals.
Yes,
Just because there's
yes.
so many projects, and I gotta, commend you. I mean, Jay, I think you've done a great job with having like a variety of different roles
Yes.
that
Thank you.
people would not expect to see you in.
Thank you.
You
Yeah, I try to keep on their toes.
Yeah,
Listen,
talking about body of work.
Well,
you
you
better just stay on him for a moment. Like you've been out here killing it,
You know,
and every role has
but-
been unique.
I appreciate that. I think for me, the gift of getting to do what we do is that we get to challenge ourselves and go live in someone else's shoes and someone else's experience with every single project. And so, at any time I can push myself, anytime I can feel a little afraid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's how I.
That's
And
great.
I can kind of be,
literally what I said.
kind of be like, oh, but can I do that? Then I go, oh, that means I have to do it. Anytime I go, no, I know I would kill that. Then I go, that means I've already done it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I have to find, if I'm doing it, it's for another reason because I've already done that work. And
So
I
true.
like the idea of constantly being afraid and challenging myself and having variety in work. Because I think it's also like, for me, it's also about like my why, right? Which is like to break the idea of a monolith of what black men can do, right? And so in every character I play, if they're different, then I am showing you a different version of someone who looks like me in this world.
Come on,
And hopefully
multi-dimensional black man in
Come on,
here.
come on.
You better show you said a monolith. Y'all better get educated. This man is
He's
smart.
not a monolith.
He is not.
And last we heard, you gotten slapped twice as Lawrence by
Hey,
random
I be
people.
dodging
Is it
these New
still-
York
is it
City
still
streets.
only at
You
two
know who's
slaps?
real hot? These New York
really?
is hot.
Yeah,
I
New
got
York
slapped
is-
twice. I got slapped at JFK once.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then what's crazy is I got slapped a year after the show was over in
They
Salt
still
Lake
mad.
City.
I felt like you redeemed yourself, kind of.
Yeah, but people still be
but they
mad.
still
I
mad.
mean,
And also, what
They
do you
still
mean
mad at
redeemed
Tariq.
himself? She's the one who. Angela, don't do this.
You
She's
was on the
one-
couch. I just want to say you were like.
But he
you
did make. I mean,
He did turn it around.
He turned it around.
Guys, he did
That's what
turn.
I'm saying. That's
and
when
then
you
she,
redeemed
and then
yourself.
And she turned around.
And then she turned around.
She turned around.
all the way around. You know what I'm saying?
Because it is unattractive for somebody that I'm
No,
working,
it's true.
doing all this. I come home, you on the couch.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? You're not even trying.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
is
That's
not
true.
appealing.
That's
and
true.
so
You right.
it ain't even about necessarily what you have. It's about like ambition.
Yeah,
Like
I agree with
I don't
that.
want to come home and you just on the couch
Yeah.
and
No,
I
you're
done
right.
worked, all day, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
I agree with that.
So the redeeming yourself is like, yes, I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean
I didn't know you
I
was
didn't
out
think
here
you
getting
deserved to
slapped.
get slapped.
People be
Yeah.
yelling at me too. I mean, they do the same
Yes.
thing.
But you know what I say? Here's my thing to that. If you don't have a response, then I didn't do my job. Or the material wasn't what I should have been
Right.
doing.
That's true. Well,
Whether you
okay.
hate it or whether you love it. I'd rather you be fully polar opposites and you
Yes.
either hate it or you love it. I'm good with either of those. If you down the middle, then
It's
I
like,
didn't
I
do
can
my
take
job.
it or leave it.
That's true.
Then I didn't do my job.
Maybe that's what I'll,
And
I'll
Naturi,
receive that.
even for you behind the scenes also, because I listen, you know how I feel. You belong always in front of that camera, but I
Thank
love
you.
to see the moves that you're making behind the scenes.
Thank
But it also
you.
shows me how the way that you and your husband too work together to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I love that too, because y'all genuinely like each other too. Not just love each other. You can love each other and not like each other.
Yeah.
But y'all like
amen.
each other.
Well, we actually enjoy each other's company. Like you said, like each other. We do date nights every Friday. Sometimes people see us out and be like, y'all really do stick to every Friday night. And we try to, have fun while working. Obviously, producing projects, doing the movie I did, 333, Duke and Roya, producing that, different things that Color Book. We're trying to build, Take to Entertainment, and at the same time, we're building our legacy. So even as we're family building, we have a 2-year-old. We got my daughter
Hey,
in here.
Zuri.
Hey, Zuri. Say hi to the people. Yes. And Zuri turns 8. So we have a 2-year-old and 8-year-old. And it's just also about, okay, we build the business, but we got to take care of family and home. So I think our friendship is what keeps us grounded. And I love my husband for allowing me to be different versions of myself. Like, yes, he met me. I was on Power. I mean, I was at the height of like the Power world. But I think he always allowed me. I would be like, I want to direct something. And he would always affirm that. Or I'd be like, what if we did this? Like, I'm always the person that has ideas. And he'd be like, just do it.
He's
and
the
I'd be
person
like,
that helps execute.
Yeah, he's the executor. But I'd be like, but how? And then he'd be like, just do it. Like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to call this person. We're going to use your resources. And I never realized how many resources I had. You know, in this business, we often are. We don't ask.
We're so used to being like, oh, no, I don't want to.
I don't want to buy
them. I don't like to ask anybody for anything.
Yeah.
Really? Girl, you can ask me for anything anytime.
Okay, period.
Seriously. Like, she's like, I was like, well, it depends on how much. Because I'm in between jobs right now. But it is true, though. We have to be willing, like as actors, as people in this business, we don't know how to ask for help. Yeah. And if we could do more of that, we would collaboratively be bigger and more successful. I think the more we come together, the more success we can have.
All right. And I got a new restaurant for you guys to try for date night because, you know, I'm always...
Oh, I feel like you did so. Is it in Brooklyn?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Is it Caribbean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We love it.
Tell me, too.
Yeah, come through.
You know, I'm the restaurant person.
We should all...
I haven't found a Caribbean spot here yet.
Oh, what? Come to... I keep trying to get... I tried to invite you to Brooklyn.
And
I live in Brooklyn.
You live
in Brooklyn.
You can go right to Jasmine's Caribbean in the city or Samir. Lavender Room in Brooklyn. That's my new spot that just opened.
Lavender Room.
Okay, period. Okay, we gotta go.
We'll bring Jay. We gotta get you outside.
The Simpson right across the street from the Barclays. We got you. We're gonna make you go everywhere.
Wait, what's across from Barclays?
The Simpson.
Oh yeah, Simpsons. You've been there, right? Okay.
No, but I'll be over there this weekend.
We got a list for you.
Yes, she's good with the food.
All right. Well, listen, you guys. Thank you so much, Duke and Roya. Again, how can people get tickets besides who's gonna DM me and I'm gonna give away 2? That's it. But there's a code, right, for people to get discounts.
Yes, there is a code. First off, go to Lortel. That's LORTEL.org. And put in how many tickets you want, but use our discount code, which is Radio79. Just the word Radio 79, and you'll get a discount. You can get $79 tickets, and you can actually get even a better discount depending on what seats, because they start from like $50 and up.
All the seats are good too,
and they're all. I was gonna say you can sit in the mezzanine, you can sit in the orchestra. There's no bad seats, so whatever seats you get, come on through, support us, and make sure you shout us out after the show at Duke and Roya.
All caps.
All caps.
On radio.
All caps. Radio 79. RADIO, all caps 79. Come check us out. Duke and
All
Roya.
right. Well, thank you so
much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Just this experience, it helps us in so many ways. And I appreciate you for
know
coming to opening night, but also taking it a step further by bringing us.
By supporting,
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was amazing. So I'm excited for everybody
date
to go
night.
see
Whoever's
it.
going on a date night on Angela.
You can go alone too, by the way.
That's not a date. I mean, that is a date.
Or go with your friend.
That's a date.
Yeah, date with myself.
But we want you to
Angela,
go.
I was like, we
want
need
you
two.
to be polyamorous. So
bring your 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, bring
your friends.
Yeah, bring your whole relationship.
Bring your side piece.
Yeah.
Lord, let's not get into that. Child, Ask Ye. I be listening to your Ask Ye's, and I'm like, these people crazy.
You're like, I'm never leaving my man.
I
I'm
will
not
never
going
be
back
out on a
outside.
single. I don't want to be single
Don't
ever.
put me back outside. All right, it's way up.
Yeah.